Here we are, November 11th, 2025. The day of the underground. As you know, I'm reading from The Secret Language of Birthdays, or maybe you don't know. Maybe nobody knows. Maybe I'm just reading it for myself. This book, it has 366 personality profiles. It's written by Gary Goldschneider and Joyce Elfers. Now, this is a accumulation of astrology, tarot, numerology, and a research study that involved about 14,000 people, done by Gary Goldschneider. And they came up with 366 personality profiles, one for each day of the week, one for each day of the day, one for each day of the year. And we're doing one a day. Today is November 11th, Veterans Day. Semper Fi, my fellow veterans. I love you all. So let me give you a picture of the page. The day of the underground. I'll pull it up a little bit, give you a view of what I'm going to be reading. So it has a profile here, and then the other side is numbers and planets, the tarot associated with the number 11, health, advice, meditation, strengths and weaknesses. Tarot associated is justice. The 11th card of the major arcana is justice. It's a serene, seated woman holding the scales in one hand and a sword in the other. She reminds us of the order of the universe, and the balance and harmony will be maintained in our lives as long as we continue on our path. The positive aspects of this card are integrity, fairness, honesty, and discipline. The negative aspects are low initiative, impersonality, and fear of innovation and grievances. So, the strengths. Usually I jump in and just start reading like a freaking nerd and just read the bio, but I think I'm going to do the interesting stuff first and then jump on the bio. So we got strengths. Persuasive, colorful, energetic. You can see that a lot with Scorpios. In Scorpio season, you can see that a lot. Persuasive. Colorful, not so much. That's a different bit. Energetic. Scorpios have built-in energy that comes out when necessary. Weaknesses. Possessive. You'll see that in Scorpio season. Troubled and spellbound. Spellbound, like, I guess, choked up, caught up, etc. Troubled. Dean Martins. Nah, that's not the guy I'm thinking of. Rebel Without a Cause. What's his face? All right, here, let me give you a show of what the tarot card looks like if you're not familiar with the tarot card. Bam. Got a little glimpse. It's balance. Libra-ish. Okay. Let's do numbers and planets. Those born on the 11th of the month are ruled by the number 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. And by the moon. Those ruled by the number 2 often make good co-workers and partners rather than leaders. Now, that's tricky because 11's a super number, supposedly. All right, those ruled by the number 2 often make good co-workers and partners rather than leaders. Imaginative and graceful qualities are enhanced by the influence of the moon, and both Pluto and Mars, ruler and co-ruler of Scorpio respectively, supply power and force. However, these same planets also highlight the explosive anger and potentially manipulative tendencies of November 11th people. The number 11 lends a feeling for the physical plane. For November 11th people, sexuality due to the influence of Pluto. I read that janked up. Let me run that back. The number 11 lends feeling for the physical plane. For November 11th people, sexuality due to the influence of Pluto, as well as possible interest in doubles or various kinds, Coincidences, twins, symmetry, mirror image, etc. 1-1. You know? They see each other. Probably have a lot of karmic relationships, twin flame relationships. Those suckers hurt. It's really, you know what it is? It's not necessarily that it hurts, because it's something when you're with someone and you have like a love-hate, but you want to be with them, but you can't stand them sometimes, and it's kind of like a reflection. Somehow, every day you guys are always on. One's up, one's down. Then the day that someone's up, the other one's down. One's left, one's right. It's like you can't seem to get on the same page. And when it's over, it's more of a mourn of the relationship. You mourn the relationship. Because the relationship's dead. That person you were in the relationship is dead. So, where was I? Health. November 11th people live very much on the physical plane and are capable of becoming obsessed with their bodies. Although they may be aware of what is wrong with them at any given time, they sometimes go overboard on treatment, both for themselves and their families. In addition, because of their tendency to fall under the influence of others, they must be aware of having too much faith in doctors or the latest cures and treatments. Vigorous exercise is here recommended. For example, aerobics, dancing, running, and gymnastics. But competitive sports may not be a good idea. Curbing desires for coffee, cigarettes, alcohol, and all stimulants is important, as those born on this day seem to gravitate to them. Alright, November 11th. You're born on Veterans Day. Don't smoke. Advice. Forget your own wishes occasionally. Give unconditionally, but don't be a football. Express your talents, thereby avoiding frustration. Demand what you need, but be accepting of what fate serves up. Meditation of the day. It's blind adoration and allegiance have no real place in spirituality. Blind adoration and allegiance have no real place in spirituality. Take that how you take that one. Usually with these meditations, if you're born on that day, it might resonate with you. If not, it's like a whole nother language. All right, month is November. The day is 11. The sign, it's 18 to 20 degrees in Scorpio. Period. Scorpio 2. Fixed water sign. When does the third decadence start? Oh, it's supposed to... Okay, yeah, no, it starts in a couple days. Is this the last day of the second decadent of Scorpio? It is the last day. So, November 11th is also the last day of the second decadent of Scorpio. After today, we get into the third decadent. And so it's Portal, man. 11, Portal. Alright, the complex individuals born on November 11th often present a bright, even cheerful appearance, which belies their depth as well as their turbulent, troubled, and secretive natures. Scorpios be Scorpios. Powerful and controlling their environment, those born on this day stake their possessive claim on whatever people, material objects, or activities are important to them. Their contact with their dark side paradoxically fuels their humor and gives them what it takes to generate a sense of fun, as it is true with most good comics. Those born on this day are natural family people, protectors of the roost, and providers who like nothing better than to position themselves right at the center of family occasion or outing. Usually so at Thanksgiving, they're the ones probably bringing the best stuff in and making sure everyone knows. Usually they have a talent for organization that lends structure to any professional organization or social group in which they find themselves. All right, scratch that. They're not the person that shows up with stuffing and everyone surrounds and they're like, yo, look at my stuffing. They're the people that come in and they organize the whole Thanksgiving Day dinner. make the phone calls, pick up times at the airports, whatever. On November 11th, people are physically magnetic and know full well how to make use of their attractive powers. However, the flip side of their magnetic nature is seen in the falling under the spell of other magical figures. Both men and women born on this day generally have a well-developed masculine-feminine balance in their personalities. There we go, talking about balance. Talking about, if I do this, can't read it like that. Talking about balance, justice. Okay. Whoa. Where are we? Those born on this day are able to voice their opinions in a most seductively convincing manner. They instinctively know how to get their way, sometimes alternating between aggressive and passive tactics with telling effect. They are also able to rein in their energies to sit and wait. Unfortunately, waiting may mean procrastinating for November 11th people when pressing decisions need to be made. They also have a marked tendency to brood. That's the word I was thinking of before, brooding, when this is talking about troubled, spellbound, the brooder, the Scorpio brooder. That's November 11th. When you see Scorpio is brooding, just bet he's November 11th. He'll help organize your Thanksgiving. Part of the problem for November 11th people is that there sometimes seems to be a war going on between their inner and outer selves. Friends may stare with amazement as a gifted November 11 person's talents, ambition, and career just seem to fade away into misuse and neglect. Ooh! Often those boys, you see him brooding, know he's going through something. You got a buddy, you got a friend, you got a relative born on November 11th, and you see them brooding on Thanksgiving, just know they're going through something, you know. Ask him if he needs anything and just do something for him without asking. Let him know he ain't alone. Let him know you can help him out, too. Ambition and career just seems to fade away into misuse and neglect. Often those born on this day are individuals seemingly destined for great accomplishments, but instead sink into obscurity, primarily because of insidious fears and an intense need for security. That rhymed. For this reason, they must develop their willpower and sense of form and structure to propel themselves forward. Extended periods of time spent directionless inevitably result in frustration and repressed volcanic anger, which can explode in the face of those dearest to them almost any time. As a Scorpio, I can tell you that sometimes when we're doing our thing on the inside and organizing and going through some shit on the inside, bystanders can get caught with some shrapnel. And it's definitely not intentional. And trust me when I tell you that we do hurt from it and we do feel like shit about it afterwards. Especially if it's something innocent. Especially if it's an innocent. We do hurt from it. Trust me. So if you get sprayed with some venom from a Scorpio and you're pissed at him and you're like, duh, 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 and you're thinking about what a dick they are, trust me, they know they're a dick. And they're aware of it. They're aware of it. And they're hurting. So you ain't got to hurt them no more, trust me. Nobody can hurt a Scorpio harder than the Scorpio himself can hurt himself. And a lot of times it's for the transformation, it's for the rebuilding. You break it down to build it out. You see flaws. Some Scorpios born on some days, if it's not perfect, they have to have perfect. I think it's the 19th, if I'm not mistaken, or the 21st. People born on the 19th or the 21st, one of them has a direst need. I think it's the 19th. People born November 19th have a direst need to constantly rebuild. It's healthy to rebuild, especially as a Scorpio, especially if you have some type of Scorpio, wherever Scorpio is in your birth chart, whatever house it's in. Transformations are going to come. Death, rebirth are going to come. You have Scorpio in your first house. That's, well, Scorpio, yourself. Okay? Second house, money, things, material goods. They could be one day just swept away, but they're making room for something different, for something better. Third is communication. Say, the way you talk breaks down. You're talking to people and you're trying to, you got your own vernacular, etc. And then all of a sudden, if you got Scorpio in the third house, there might come a time when you no longer can talk, or you can't communicate correctly with people and you don't understand why. Just go. That's the best advice I give. Wherever Scorpio, whatever house Scorpio is in, when you start having things break down, tower moments in the categories of that house, just know it's to let something better in and to ride it out and to not let it bring down the mood of your other houses or cause detriment to any of your other houses. Just ride the pain, the wave pain. Pain of wave, the wave of pain. You know what I'm talking about. Alright. However, when those same November 11th people feel a sense of overall purpose, they can handle temporary setbacks and disappointments, and their temper rarely rears its head. Extended periods of time spent directionless, those dearest to them, spent directionless, inevitably result in frustration and repressed volcanic anger, which can explode in the face of those dearest to them at almost any time. Yeah, all right. On the however, when those same November 11th people feel a sense of overall purpose, they can handle temporary setbacks and disappointments, and their temper rarely rears its head. So good. If you November 11th, then you just got to find your sense of purpose to prevent fallbacks. All right. We did the numbers and planets, strengths and weaknesses. I think that's a wrap for this. November 11th, the day of the underground. It sounds like overall these are the brooders. These are the Jon Snows. Oh man. These are the Jon Snows. If Jon Snow would viciously snap back at innocent people verbally. Tomorrow is the 12th. It's the day of sensual charisma. They got their weakness for the 12th is trouble too. How many people got this trouble? Oh, and if you guys, whoever watches this, if you guys are interested in what I'm talking about and what I'm doing here, it's The Secret Language of Birthdays. They got a couple books out. This is Gary Goldschneider. I recommend them highly. If you're into astrology, if you're into tarot, if you're into just fun, thoughts and stuff like that, and anything spiritual, numerology, anything. They got this book, and they also got Secret Language of Relationships, which takes pretty much your day, their day, mashes them together, and it's accurate. I'll tell you, I know what my relationship was, and I know who I am before I read this book, and then read it in the book, seeing what I am in my face, it's like, damn. So, Gary did good. You did good, Gary and Joyce. So, take it sleazy.